Have you ever questioned the freedom of your thoughts or the authenticity of your choices? Do you think the very beliefs and behaviors that guide your life are truly yours? Most people believe this is the case. But what if I told you that you live in a kind of matrix? A system that dictates your actions and controls your desires. A system you do not perceive because it is hidden in plain sight. In this episode, we shall explore how this matrix is formed and how it limits your potential and what you can do to reclaim your true self. We all enter this world like a blank sheet of paper, full of endless potential. If you look carefully into the eyes of a very young child, you'll see that there are no preferences, no judgments, no prejudices. There's only a luminous, boundless curiosity. Our mental pathways are not yet formed, and there is only the basic wirings for survival in place. There is no sense of self and no distinction between ourselves and the others. After 1 year, we start to learn our mother language and begin to associate objects and beings we see with words and sounds. This is the beginning of our capacity to create basic mental models. Thoughts that can be used and can represent elements for our perception. At this point, we have not yet developed a sense of separation or self. There is no explicit me, and we normally refer to ourselves using the third person or our name. The world around us is still being constructed as a crude model in our minds. Between the age of 2 and 3 years, something very important arises. Our separation layer, the self, the ego, emerges, and the distinction between us and the others becomes central to our experience. Our mental models can now handle our preferences, and the concepts of liking and disliking become tied to our emerging personality. As we grow, we are exposed to a wide range of perceptions and concepts. We believe in what our family, friends, and community tells us. In this phase, we acquired most of our primordial mindsets, paradigms, prejudices, and the sense of reality. Family, schools, and religion teach us how the world works and what to believe in or distrust. As teenagers, we learn from social media and television what to wear, what is cool, what is funny, and especially how to present ourselves in order to be liked, loved, envied, and popular. We begin to create and wear personality masks to gain more acceptance and to be part of certain groups. Then we finally grow up. When we become adults, we need to be productive, successful, and play by the rules of society. So we make money, buy a house, and raise a family. We usually never ask ourselves if all this is what we really wanted though. In this phase, we set new higher goals and big projects for our lives. We crave new things to acquire and new toys to show. And we always want more. More money, more status, more power, more trinkets, more attention, more love, more sex, and even more spirituality. And as we get more and more, it's simply not enough to feel the sensation of hollowness and the void that grows inside. As we achieve some of our life goals, we are happy for a day, a week, a month, and then the void returns again, and we set the bar higher as something is missing and is not perfect yet. Then, after we peaked, we start to slow down until we reach an old age. The world around us becomes more alien and less recognizable, and we begin to fight it, feeling somewhat betrayed and remembering how the past, the old golden times, was so much better. We keep chasing these goals, trying to achieve what are now impossible goals, until someday we give up, and then we finally die. This may be a little sad, but it's the way we generally behave in our modern society. We are induced to embody this behavior that restricts our free will, limiting our individuality. In some aspects, it's very similar to the concept of the Matrix from the blockbuster movie, a system that controls your thoughts and hides reality from you. A prison you cannot touch, smell, or see. A prison for your mind. But ultimately, this matrix is not a machine, it is you. The first step to being aware of the matrix is understand how you create this prison for your mind. Most of this process occurs in childhood and adolescence. In childhood, we create a resilient mental model of what is told to us. This includes perceptions and worldviews we inherit from our parents and society. For example, your parents could tell you that money is evil and the rich all go to hell when they die. Or the opposite. If you are not rich, you are a failure, a loser, and your life will be miserable. You can also receive the standard prototype package of a normal life: work, get married, raise kids, etc. Finally, the traumas you face through abuse or rejection will also shape your personality, and you will normally not be aware of them. These are the complexes we discussed in our last episode. In adolescence, the necessity of acceptance by peers or groups will lead you to make concessions about who you are and what you should like. These are the masks you start to wear to be loved and to blend in. Most importantly, after you experience pain, you begin a never-ending cycle of craving for pleasure and avoiding pain at all costs. Like little invisible programs, these behavior patterns are always running in your mind. The little doses of dopamine, the pleasure neurotransmitter in your brain, feed these programs and continuously reinforce your existing behavior patterns. For example, buying things give you some temporary pleasure, and having lots of money and power give you more pleasure. As you keep relentless doing this, you do not stop for a moment to listen to your soul, your true self, that spark that was forgotten since childhood and was full of potential. Be honest now. Do you stop to ask yourself if what you do or the way you live your life is what you deeply want? Is it truly you, your deepest desires, or something you mirror from someone else? What you do gives you fulfillment, or is something that was imposed in some way, an alien idea that, like a virus, infects and controls your behavior. To start to see the matrix, you need to stop, truly evaluate who you are and which ideas and concepts are yours and which are not. This may shock you, but there is no exit from the matrix. The best you can do is to recognize it and reshape your existence so it serves you more than feeds the matrix. There are some methods to do it, and I recommend starting by creating a type of diary, a space that is only yours, where you can write your feelings freely without anyone reading it. First, you need to discover which are your worldviews, paradigms, traumas, and preconceptions, and identifying the best you can their sources. In your diary, begin by listing what you think about topics like life, love, family, money, power, pain, duty, acceptance, success, happiness, and everything else you believe have an impact on your life and shapes your daily decisions. Then comes the tricky part. Try to investigate why you think this way. Is just common sense or something someone taught you? Was there an event or trauma in your life that influences some of these opinions? Do they correlate with something painful? If you realize that some of these opinions are not yours, try to, for a moment, put them aside and use your intuition to bypass them and see what you really and deeply feel about them. One way to do it is think about them in silence, without disturbances, asking yourself this question: how do I really feel about this? And waiting for an answer to manifest itself in your mind without too much rationale and thinking. You can also do some meditation as a tool to calm your mind before asking for these answers. In our next episode, we'll teach you a simple meditation technique that can help you. Do this for your entire list of topics in your diary. Then, after investigate them, there is one step still missing. Based on these new rediscovered worldviews, maybe now less influenced by these programs and more by your intuitions, ask yourself, how should you relate yourself now to the rest of the world? How could you define a happy life? In other words, what truly excites and inspires you? Think about it without resorting to the old standard formulas. Let your mind fly away. What should you doing now that would make you more fulfilled and happy? Can you think of something that could make you feel that way? If you find an answer, first, do not ignore it as nonsense, too hard or too different. Use some of your free time to make this idea manifest itself into reality. Make it happen little by little. Then, assess your feelings about it. Does it fulfill you? Remember, it does not matter what it is. What matters is how you feel about it, and if it helps to really fill the void inside without self-deception. If it does really helps you, try to incorporate more and more into your life and see how things start to change. Finally, by comparing your previous worldviews with these new discoveries, you can try to slowly pinpoint these little programs operating in your mind, and with time, effort, and patience, By seeing how they operate, try to dismantle some of them. Be true to yourself with your newly rediscovered truths and be coherent with them as your new life unfolds. The process of waking from the matrix is not simple, but the rewards are truly worth it. Being ourselves and truly unique is what makes us special and fulfilled. We should never live in a prison of ourselves. I hope this episode can help you to start rediscovering who you really are. In this channel, we produce our best content to help your awakening process. We discuss reality, psychology, physics, metaphysics, philosophy, spirituality, and magic. Always in a way that makes sense to the rational but open minds. Check out the rest of our videos, as each one is a little piece of the jigsaw that can change your life. So remember to like, subscribe, activate the bell, and comments below. Thank you for watching and for your time. Be open, be good, and be responsible. See you soon in another video. Bye.